Well, once again, it's that time of the year. It was once so far away, but now it draws near. 'Tis the season of happiness and all goodwill, but as ambulance crews know, many people become ill. The time for Christmas parties and plenty to drink, which keeps us so busy as people start to retch in the sink. And after a chat on the big white phone, they then pass out to the floor with a grunt or a moan. What do we do? Who shall we call? It's gotta be 999, it doesn't matter at all. As the crew arrive, they are met by a crowd, drunk and boisterous and incredibly loud. Quick over here, they all scream and they shout. She's not breathing! But the crew have their doubts. Hello, can you hear me? The paramedic asks. She's never normally like this, her clinging friend barks. Suddenly her eyes start to open with a flutter. Looking up in confusion, she then starts to mutter. I'm so sorry you've been called out. I hate to waste your time. I bet you have more important patients out there to find. The crew do their checks to ensure that the patient is stable. And then they leave her in good hands with a friend that is able. So while the vehicle has been tied up on this scene, an elderly lady falls and strikes her head with a scream. As she fades into unconsciousness and the blood starts to flow, her elderly husband shouts to the neighbour below. 999 is called by the neighbour in desperate need. Come here now please, please get here with speed. With all the Christmas cheer, the alcohol is now flowing. People go crazy without really knowing. Control dispatch vehicles to cover all the calls, but there's no one spare to cover this fall. Finally, the sound of sirens, a reassuring din, and the neighbours rush down to show the crew in. As the crew rush upstairs and entered the door, a frightening sight greeted them down on the floor. As the elderly lady lay, blood dripping from her head, her poor husband George somehow knew she was dead. Despite their best efforts, the crew had to concede. They had not been there when they were most at need. Now of course this was not the fault of the crew, because they'd been out attending to those that had had just a few. So as they console, George looks up with a tear. He trembles to say that this was their golden wedding year. So when you go out for your Christmas drink, and if you really do start to get tipsy, please stop to think. As the directors took her body away, George stared at the sky and started to pray. Merry Christmas, my love, I will so miss you. On Christmas Day, under the mistletoe, I can no longer kiss you. He turned to the Christmas tree and bowed his head. Christmas now meant nothing. His true love was dead. Please drink sensibly this festive season, and only ring 999 if you have true reason.